guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie. I am a kindergarten through 6th grade music teacher, and today I am taking you through maybe like a couple days of teaching online. So right now, this is our 4th week of school already, and we have been online, but there is some discussion that we might be going back in person in the next few weeks. We will see, but today I have online lessons with my like live lessons on Google Meet with my 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, and then the afternoon is my younger kiddos, but they're having recorded lessons today. I am trying an ambitious lesson with my 5th and 6th graders today, so I will tell you guys about it after I do it because I just want to make sure that it actually works. There is a chance it could totally fail. Also, I wanted to let you guys know, I know not everyone has just like funds like crazy, but this wasn't like that crazy. This snowball microphone, this one was like $50, and myself and my fiance Kevin, who's a music teacher, went in on it together, so we each paid $25 and we're like sharing this. This snowball has been the perfect microphone and recording lessons. A lot of times I'm having trouble with like playing ukulele or playing a video off my computer and dancing to it and recording myself, and then like the computer music coming out and then having to go in the microphone. This one has been the best one. I've had it where all of a sudden like I was trying to just use my computer microphone and it would get like crossed and the music wouldn't come through. So it's been such a good purchase. I've been really loving it. So yeah, I'm going to get going here and I will check in with you guys after those lessons and let you know what I did and how did it go. Hopefully it's not a fail. We'll see. Hi, nice to see you. All right, you guys, well, it is 9:45, so let's get started. First of all, I wanted to see if anyone, remember when I said that we could have some share time with our Bim Bum creations. So if anyone is wanting to, you don't have to, but if you'd like to share yours, I'm gonna go to 3 people, get 3 people to share for today to kind of open up music. Nice job. Isn't it funny like how your brain has to think so hard when you change it all up? All right, is there anyone else that would like to share? I want you to stay on mute because if we all go off of mute, we're gonna come in at different speeds and we just will sound a little crazy. So just stay, I know in your hearts, and I'll see your mouths moving, so I know you're singing. Samba, 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 lele. Samba, 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 lele. Good, there we go. I'm forgetting the next words. We wish your neighbors could tell where. Let's do that little chunk again, and then we'll move on from samba, lele. This way first. Ready, and here we go. Samba, 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 lele. Clap, clap. We wish your neighbor. All right, I'm seeing it. It is called a quarter note. So we have our quarter note. How many sounds do we make when we see a quarter note? Okay, I think we're gonna move on from that. I don't know why it keeps glitching, but thanks for your perseverance here. Next thing, all right, we're gonna catch some Pokemon. So we're gonna use our rhythm skills to catch the Pokemon. First of all, I need a Pokemaster to tell me which Pokemon shall we catch first. Pikachu, okay. So we're gonna try and catch Pikachu. Now, there are 3 Pokeballs. Pokeball 1 at the top, Pokeball 2, Pokeball 3. We need to figure out which one we should throw to catch Pokemon. I'm going to clap the rhythm of the one that you should pick in order to catch Pikachu. Okay, so here we go. Put up with your hand, 1, 2, or 3. Which one should I put? People are saying 2. Let's see if you're right. A ding, ding, ding. Gotcha. Click on a Pokeball to catch another. Nice job.
For 4th grade, I kept it pretty simple. We are doing a big giant rhythm review, so quarter note and quarter rest is our big goal for today. I did Samba Lele, which is a song out of Silver Burdette. It is a song from Brazil. It is a song that they normally would learn for a cultural fair, but you know, obviously we're not having it this first quarter, so I wanted to still teach it to them. So they did a little bit of that. We did our rhythm review. Had them put in the chat the answers to this. I'd be like, what is the name of this note? Put it in the chat. How many beats does it get? Put it in the chat, or how many sounds, right? And then, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Then we did a practice. This is a really great one from oh, I forget her name, Maria Jose Sanchez Para. She has a lot of really cool play logs, and so this one was pretty much just Ta and Rest, which was great. And then we did our Pokemon, got to catch them all, so they had to like tell me, is it Pokemon ball 1, 2, or 3, and then I would clap or play on a drum one of these rhythms, and they'd be like, oh, it's 2. Oh no, it's not, it's 1. Yay, gotcha. And then I'd be like, another Pokemon master to tell me another one. And then finally, I did a percussion play along to This Is the Jungle Book. Here is the name. Again, it is a Spanish video, but so good, and like you still can do it because you see the different body percussion images, and so I really liked this play along also. So here's what I did with my 5th and 6th graders today. I did some virtual instrument exploration. So this is something I got off of, what is it? Music Educators Creating Online Learning Facebook group, and this lady named Kelsey made these virtual instruments that you can just like put in to Google Slides. So I took this idea and I ran with it. So the very first thing that I did is I sent in my lesson, I put in the chat box the presentation link to this. If you don't know what a presentation link is, what it is you get the shareable link, you copy it, and then like you might open another tab, you put it in, you go like that, but then at the end, this little thing right here, you take it off and you put present instead. And then this is the present link. And what it does is it goes straight into presentation mode. So when the kids click it, they won't see it in edit mode. And so then they can play around with it. So I put that in the chat, and that was their first thing, is that they went and they had like 3 minutes to just like try out all the different instruments. Then what I did is I went over into my virtual instruments piano. So we're going to start with piano, but we're going to do like xylophones and other instruments. I even want to make a ukulele. I think that would be so cool. So here it is. I did share this on my Instagram, so I'm sorry if you already saw it over there, but I just want to give some background. So we talked about, you know, how does it work? I gave them 3 minutes to explore, like I said, and then I did a quick review on the staff. Honestly, I'm not expecting them to just remember all of this in like 3 minutes, but it is nice to kind of review and just give them a little bit of a background before we start with this. Now, I did a Kahoot where I did a treble clef, like name this note kind of Kahoot with my 6th graders, and I realized it was just too much. They actually did a pretty good job of it, and they did actually really like using it, and they did a pretty good job of like learning how to use it live. But I do think in the future, it's just too much in this lesson, so I would skip that. Then I show them, okay, I say, okay, here's level 1. We're gonna learn the theme to Pirates of the Caribbean, and I would play the theme for them. Oh, that's right, this is YouTube, so I am not, so I don't get copyrighted, but they listen to the real life example, and then I'm like, okay, here it is. So what I do then is I go, okay, over here is the actual tune of it. And then once I have them listen to it, I say, okay, the star is where you start, and I would go through it. And so on and so forth. So that is the da 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 da. That. Then I would say, okay, you guys, now I'm going to drop the presentation link in the chat. And so here it is, I have it ready to go. I put it in the chat, and then they get like 3 or 4 minutes to go and practice. And I would say the only thing is my first class was only like 10 kids, so they had no problems, but my other class was like 20, and I think they had issues with so many kids being on the same PowerPoint that it or presentation that it kind of glitched a little bit. So what I think I am gonna do is I'm just gonna make a copy of this, and I would make another copy and call it like level 1 2.0 or something like that, and copy that link into here, and then I would share the 2 links. So then half the kids gonna be like, if your name starts with, you know, A through J, then click on the first link, you know, K through whatever Z is, click on the second link. So I can have half and half, and so it's not like glitching, hopefully. think also, hindsight, I would go back and color code everything. So in my original one, I did not color code it, and I do think it does help a lot. We also got through level 2, so we did the main thing from Jurassic Park. We went through and did this one. And then I have Star Wars, and I also have Mission Impossible. So they're gonna do that on their own in their next lesson, because that'll be their recorded lesson. And so I will give them the 2 links to those to try it out. So yeah, it went pretty well. I was actually really happy with it. Technology failed us a little bit with the class that was like 20 kids all trying to be on one, but I think if I just make multiple links or multiple presentations and share links, it should be good. What was also really cool about that is that the kids, when they were done, they were like, hey, could we share it? And I was like, sure, let's just try it and see, like, if you take yourself off mute, can we hear you? And they could. We could hear it, so they could play, and most of the kids could do it. Even the second example that I didn't have color coded yet, because I adjusted it after 6th grade, so it's like, maybe this is hard, I need to color code the notes. But even the second one that wasn't color coded yet, I didn't have enough time to do it. They could do it pretty easily because they're familiar with these tunes, they've heard them, you know, everywhere in the media. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it went. And then like next time, I think what I'm gonna do is do like a xylophone, and then maybe we do like video game themes. And then like the next one, I really wanna make a ukulele, and like then it like I record a C chord, or you know, an F chord, a G chord, and then they can sing along to it while they click the different chords. So they might be like C, C, row, row, row. I don't know if it'll work, if it'll be too glitchy, but that's my other idea for like the finale, is like do like a guitar, do a ukulele, something that they, you know, don't have access to a lot, or I feel like it's not like a virtual option as much. Usually we do see like, you know, barred instruments. So I'm excited. Good morning, you guys. It is August 27th. It is a Thursday. I did not film the afternoon yesterday because it just was a lot of like admin stuff. Like I had some emails and just things I needed to do that was kind of like, I'm like, this is boring. I don't want to quite film it. But today the big goal is to make the visuals for my live lessons that are going to be the next rotation for my younger kids. So I can kind of show you what I have planned for them, and then also my recorded lessons for my older kids I already have done. They're just continuing on with the virtual piano activity that we did online. We did 2 songs, and then they'll do the other 2 songs on their own for their recorded lesson. So that is the plan today. I pretty much have kinder, 1st and 3rd all like planned out. I just now need to create the visuals and kind of go through my mind of how it's going to work when we are live. So update on the virtual instruments activity that I talked about yesterday. Didn't work out as well today with the links. Yesterday I only had like maybe 1 or 2 kids that like could not access the links, but today it was like literally half the class could do it, half the class couldn't. So because of that, it made me rethink it. And so what I think in the future what I'm gonna do, like with tomorrow, is I'm going to actually assign what I want them to look at. So I want them to look at all the virtual instruments and get to play around with it. I want them to look at level 1 and level 2 of my virtual piano presentation. So what I think I'm gonna do instead is make it like an assignment, and I'm gonna make a copy for each student of the virtual instruments level 1 and level 2. So then what I can say is like right before or right on our live, I'm gonna like save it as a draft, and then I will just like on our live be like, hey, I'm pressing to submit this assignment. You're gonna see it go to, you know, open another tab, go to Google Classroom, look under there, and I want you to click on the virtual instruments or whatever. You have 3 minutes to explore, go. So hopefully by making a copy for every kid, then I won't have these glitchy issues, because what's happening, it seems like, is maybe there's just too many. Again, I try to do 2 links of, you know, the level 1 or something like that, so I could split the kids half and half, so it wouldn't be overwhelmingly like everybody on one presentation link, but it was still just too much even with 2 links. And then too, today, like there were just kids that couldn't access it for some odd reason. I don't know, or it was just a glitchy day, and like it might be totally fine other days, but I think that is going to be the plan, and making sure that everyone can access it, because it was so frustrating. So many of them wanted to do it, but they could not access it on our live. So So visuals are complete for my younger kiddos, so I just want to kind of walk through them and tell you what I got planned. So 50 Nifty is going to be our first thing. We are working on memorizing the states right now. My third graders were supposed to have a patriotic performance at the end of the school year last year, so they requested that they still learn 50 Nifty from it, and so I was happy to do that. It was supposed to be a patriotic performance. We're doing rhythm practice, syncopated clock, who's that, and the goodbye song. So 50 Nifty, I just use this video, I really love it. And then over here I have some cards that I have, and then that helps them with memorizing. And let me put you guys down and I'll show you kind of how I teach it. So what I do for teaching the states to 50 Nifty is I have these trusty little cards, and I will put them on the board in order of like the next chunk, or so I take it kind of by phrase. So like 7 or 8 states at a time. We've already done the first 14. So then I was like, okay, here's our next ones, and I put them all up in order. And this one's a long chunk, so usually it's hard for me to fit it all. Okay, so what I will do is I will sing it through 2 times, and I have them listen to it only. Then the third time I take away Michigan. So I'll go like this: Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan. Then I'll be like, okay, Michigan is gonna go. So you have to remember Michigan. That's the only thing. When I get down after Massachusetts, I'm gonna look like this, and you can be sing Michigan. Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts. And I'll usually still mouth it. I'll look at them, and then I'll be like, oh, but now you gotta remember Michigan and Massachusetts. Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland. And then I will just continue doing that. Now you gotta remember Maryland. Now you gotta remember Maine, until all of them are gone. And then what I'll do is I will just point at the board, and I'll go like this, and I'll just mouth it. And they're supposed to be singing it, right? And so on and so forth. So that is how I teach the states. It works out really well. They always laugh and are like, ah, when we get down to like only, you know, 1 is left or something like that. And so it's a little game. It turns into a little game, and they like it. Next, we're reviewing half notes. So we're going through those things. And then we're gonna do the syncopated clock, which will be movement things out of the rainbow, or what is it? Ribbons and scarves and parachutes, oh my book. I totally said that wrong, but I think if you've been a music teacher for a little while, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's a pretty famous book. So next is Who's That? And this is a little singing game where we all sing the yellow, who's that, tapping at the window, who's that, knocking at the door. Then just the blue is one person, I am tapping at the window. And then green, I am knocking at the door, is another person. So how you play this game is one person is closing their eyes, or the person at home, and they have to guess who sings the blue and who sings the green without you know, looking. And so what I did to play it as a singing game is I had one person close their eyes, they turned away from the computer, and I said, okay, I'm gonna write on my whiteboard who is going to, you know, be singing the blue. Who wants to do that? They raise their hand. Oh, you know, but I never say it out loud, but I just go like this. And I'm like, okay, and that person like gives me a thumbs up. And then I have the other person, who wants to do knocking at the door? They raise their hand. And then I'll do the same thing. I'll be like, and as soon as they give me like a thumbs up, they know that I put it down. And then we sing, they take themselves off mute for the blue and the green, and then the kid guesses. So it's working out. I mean, it's slow going. Kids are still like having issues with unmuting themselves and things like that, but I feel like it's still important to try and get them involved. And then we do our goodbye song. So that is 3rd grade. For 1st grade, I am doing the same thing I kind of mentioned with my 4th graders. I'm teaching them their cultural affair songs. So 3rd grade, I'm teaching their patriotic performance song they would have had. And then 4th grade, I'm teaching cultural affair. 1st grade, and all the other grades are going to get their cultural affair song too. I think it's still just important to learn it and have that experience even if we're not going to perform it. So it is a really cute song. Again, YouTube, but just look it up. Mein Hund der Hat. Dreiecken. It is the cutest song. It has little motions like an elimination song. It's from Germany. It's in German. Then we're gonna do sync play clock 2. You know, there's a few things you can use, you know, double dip, and I don't mind that at all. Next, Muffin Man. So I'm going to bring you back over the whiteboard. You probably saw it in the 50 Nifty, but I have this little Muffin Man that I use to introduce quarter note. So if you are familiar with Game Plan, this is out of Game Plan's curriculum. I absolutely love those curriculums. But so I made back in my first year ever, like had a lot of energy. I made a bunch of like visuals and things I would never make as much anymore. I lean a little more into technology, but isn't he just cute? He's the cutest little muffin man ever. So I say, okay, my muffin man, he made me a bunch of muffins. Let's see. Oh wait, on the muffin it says something. What does it say? Oh, it says yum. Okay, let's say each time. Ready? Here we go. Yum, 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 yum. And I'm like, you know what though? These muffins smell so delicious. I think I'm gonna eat one. And I'll take one. Actually, usually I take the good old third one. I feel like the third one is the easiest. Oh, but it's gone. It's in my belly. Oh, so what do we say? There's nothing there. Okay, I guess we just don't say anything then. Okay, let's try it again. Yum, 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 yum. And I'll be like, oh my goodness, I'm hungry again. So I'll take another one. I usually take again the third one. And then we say it again. Yum, 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 yum. And then I'll keep going. I'll keep taking things away. And then at the end, I usually end up with this. And so they have to wait for that yum. Yum. And they usually kind of yell because they're like excited. They're like, oh man, that's one muffin. And then I finally say, oh, I'm gonna eat the last muffin. What do we do? And we laugh because all the muffins are gone and we didn't say anything. So that's the first day. It's an intro to quarter note and quarter rest. So that is really cute. I highly recommend looking that up in Game Plan and making yourself a cute little muffin man. Later on, the extension is that you can have the kids decide which muffins to eat. And while they come up and grab the muffin, I usually play the Muffin Man song by Ella Fitzgerald. And it's a really cute little jazzy version of the Muffin Man. So while they're doing that, we can listen and we can groove, and then we do it. I think for online, I just have like one person like tell me which one to eat, and I'll still play Ella Fitzgerald like in between a little bit as I'm taking them off. So that'll be my my transfer to live. Then we're gonna do Apple Tree and how I'm gonna play Apple Tree with them. So right now we're talking about steady beat versus rhythm. So we're going to tap a steady beat and then do the good old 2-finger clap for the rhythm and just label them steady beat as rhythm. And then after that, we're gonna play Apple Tree. And how I'm gonna do that is I'm going to share my entire screen and have it be like the screen would be the Google Meet. So that's what they would see. And then I'm just going to use my mouse and just say like, you know, you see them, you're just gonna go apple tree, will your apples, you know, blah, blah, blah. And be like, oh, you know, Sally, sorry, you're out. And then how I'm gonna keep track of when kids get out is I'm going to ask them to take off their camera. And so then we can kind of keep track of who gets out. I usually actually in these elimination games have 4 kids out at a time. And so whoever, say it's like Sally's down here and she gets out first, then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 kids would be out. And it just makes the game go really fast and we can play a few times. And so we get a winner faster. I don't know, it'll be a little harsh for them to take off their screen or take off their video when they are out. I don't know if that'll be like, they'll be like, eh. But I feel like that'd be a really easy way to, you know, remember who is out and who's in. So that is going to be, and I think it's just goodbye song. Then finally, good old kindergarten. We are doing our welcome song. Oh, whoops, I played the goodbye song. I need to fix that. And we have gone down to the farm. We're meeting all the animals. Again, if you do Game Plan, you know you learn a new animal and a new instrument like every time that you come. Today, actually, again, I need to fix, I'm glad I'm doing this because I need to fix it. It actually should be the pig. The horse should be there, and then I used my animation to bring the pig, but we do a review. What's this called? When we met the chicken, what instrument is this? What's this instrument? And that's kind of my goal right now for them, is that they can just name instruments. And then we do listen to the pigs, we play a little song, we pretend, we on our hands, we play our air weiro. And then Hop on One Foot, Little Pig, Little Pig. It's a little movement song and activity. Then we're going to meet Snowy again, David Rao. I have talked many a times about him. He has this like really popular Facebook Live where he uses 4 puppets to introduce the 4 voices, and Snowy is the singing voice. So I'm going to get out my puppet and get my acting skills going on, and they're going to meet Snowy, and it's going to tell them about their singing voice. And then we're going surfing. This is Mr. S's Orff classroom. My go-to guy. He has this in one of his distance learning YouTube videos. I think it's like for 1st grade or something like that. And it's just a little movement activity that, you know, kind of different swimming and surfing movement themed that you just move to the steady beat of the surfer song. So that is pretty much it, I think. Yes, and then goodbye song. So I hope that gives you guys a good idea of 2 days in the life of online music teaching. I have to say it is just a lot of lesson planning right now because everything takes twice as long because you either need to record it or, you know, you need to kind of rework it so you can do it on a live lesson. It's just very heavy in making visuals and materials and planning. So yeah, but hopefully that gives you some good ideas. I hope you guys are doing amazing in your, you know, whatever situation you are in, and I will definitely be continuing to vlog and give ideas, and also especially if we do go back in person in the next couple of weeks, kind of what the game plan is for that, because we're gonna have to rework everything again. But I'm hanging in there, you guys, and I hope you are too. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.